Well, it was very profound. I don't know if you've seen Katy Perry talk about it, but she's basically a guru now.
She essentially took a roller coaster ride.
Lots of other people in the media were embarrassing themselves during this ordeal. Oprah Winfrey actually wept as she watched the all-female team.
I'm much better now that the ladies are back from space.
What were they up there, 10 minutes?
Katy Perry jumped out of the aircraft and kissed the ground in a painfully cringe moment that has been roasted online.
Remember when space travel symbolized raw courage and scientific grit? In 2025, it's morphing into a star-studded pageant, complete with designer flight suits, influencer captions, and tickets that cost more than a yacht. The latest spectacle? An all-female Blue Origin hop starring Katy Perry, Gail King, Lauren Sánchez, and a guest list of celebrity besties. For 11 dazzling minutes, they left Earth, and for the next 11 days, the internet roasted them. Tonight, we'll unpack how a billionaire joyride sold itself as historic feminism, why Joe Rogan shredded it on air, and what the hype says about the future of space and celebrity culture itself. Buckle up, we're headed to orbit and back in about 12 minutes. Private rockets were supposed to democratize space, but as launch costs dropped, access didn't. It shifted from test pilots to tastemakers. Jeff Bezos' new Shepard capsule advertises astronaut experiences in the same breath Disney advertises theme park magic. Enter Lauren Sánchez, Bezos' fiancée, who curated a passenger list designed to trend pop icon Katy Perry, broadcast legend Gail King, tech investor Janet Karika, adventure influencer Edna Conway, and two wealthy philanthropists few had heard of until launch day. Instantly, headlines labeled them trailblazers, ignoring that every switch was flipped from mission control, and the flight path copied Alan Shepard's 1961 suborbital arc down to the kilometer. NASA astronauts spend 2 years just learning to use the bathroom in zero-G. This crew got 48 hours. Day 1. Suit fittings, capsule egress drills, media coaching. Day 2, rehearsal of weightless flips and gratitude shot choreography. Seriously, PR staff timed how long each passenger would hold a daisy or snap a selfie. Katy practiced singing a single bar of What a Wonderful World, so her voice hit the mic during peak microgravity. One Blue Origin trainer later confessed the toughest hurdle was teaching everyone to silence their phones. At dawn over West Texas, the new Shepard booster ignited. Onboard cameras streamed every squeal to millions. The rocket climbed 100 kilometers, detached, and let the capsule coast. Inside, Gail King unfurled a placard reading "Take up space." Lauren yelled "Girl power," Katy floated with her daisy, and the others fumbled GoPros. 4 minutes later, gravity reclaimed them. From engine start to parachute touchdown, 10 minutes, 53 seconds, shorter than a sitcom episode minus commercials. When the capsule hit dust, Katy Perry leapt out, dropped to her knees, kissed the sand, and proclaimed the universe had rewired her soul. Twitter rewound it on loop, adding captions like "Me after surviving Monday." Oprah teared up live on CBS, calling the moment a divine feminine gift to humanity. Rogan's reply came hours later. Some roller coaster ride gets sold as enlightenment, and if Katy starts singing in the vacuum, I'm opening the hatch. Memes of Rogan ejecting himself into space spread faster than the actual launch clip. Facing mockery, Gail recorded a reel. "Please stop calling it a ride. It was a journey. No man is ever reduced to a ride." Commenters posted Space Mountain tickets beside her clip. One viral duet showed an astronaut in 1969 reporting instrument failures while Gail bragged about making history. The divergence was brutal. Real risk versus Instagrammable risk-free adventure. Olivia Wilde reposted Katy's ground kiss with the caption, "Apollo 13 energy." Martha Stewart uploaded her own 2007 zero-G flight, quoting Perry lyrics, "Did you ever feel like a plastic bag full of hot air?" Amy Schumer claimed Blue Origin invited her last minute on the subway, promising to bring a purse full of Cheez-Its. Late-night hosts piled on. Even usually diplomatic Stephen Colbert joked NASA should award them medals of self-regard. Retired shuttle commander Eileen Collins praised the visibility, but called the stunt space tourism, not exploration. She explained that genuine equality in space comes from funding STEM scholarships, not VIP manifest lists. Former ISS resident Scott Kelly tweeted, "Inspiration shouldn't need a billionaire chaperone or a sponsored hashtag." Their restraint was evident, but subtext clear. Don't conflate carnival rides with cosmic research. Each seat's market price, roughly $8 million. None of the 6 reportedly paid. Blue Origin comps celebrities, gambling that coverage inflates future ticket sales. Meanwhile, NASA's Artemis moon program scrounges budget increases from Congress. One aerospace analyst quipped, "For the cost of Katy's selfie, we could fund a year of university microgravity experiments." In the public eye, though, the glitz often outshoots the science. On the Joe Rogan Experience, episode 2317, Rogan and comic Tim Dillon dismantled the mission, belittling to women who actually trained, rewarding narcissism, selling empowerment that only friendship with Bezos can buy. Clips racked up 50 million views. Comment threads ranged from jokes about space Kardashians to deeper debates about inequality. The consensus? Stop calling tourists pioneers. Space once unified humans in awe. Now the frontier risks becoming another stage for influencer theater. The danger isn't simply tone-deaf marketing, it's public fatigue. If ordinary citizens equate rocket launches with superficial selfies, they might tune out real milestones. Asteroid deflection tests, next-generation telescopes, Mars habitation trials. Space needs dreamers, yes, but ones who point the camera outward, not endlessly inward. Quietly hitchhiking on that rocket were half a dozen sponsorships no one talked about on launch day. Each seat harness carried a discreet camera provided by a lifestyle tech startup eager to splice footage into its next ad campaign. Katy's daisy wasn't just sentimental, it was a pre-arranged product placement for a green energy charity she endorses. Even Gail King's flight suit, stitched by Oscar de la Renta, will tour fashion weeks as the first couture garment in suborbit. For Blue Origin, the math is simple. Celebrities plus cosmetic activism equals viral reach, which converts into future ticket deposits. It's a feedback loop where the rocket becomes a mobile billboard, fuel costs recouped and impressions before the booster lands. There's a cultural tipping point where awe turns to apathy. When every launch looks like a red carpet gala and every capsule touchdown ends with a streaming special, audiences start scrolling past. We saw it with reality TV, then influencer culture, and now orbital tourism teeters on the same edge. Polls already show Gen Z trust in private space companies sliding, not because rockets aren't impressive, but because motives feel commercial, not cosmic. If public excitement erodes, funding coalitions for lunar bases, asteroid mining, or planetary defense could stall. In other words, every selfie-filled suborbital hop risks cheapening the very dream it claims to advance. The Blue Origin sisterhood flight will live online as a masterclass in PR gone sideways. It promised to widen the cosmos, yet shrank it into a backdrop for personal branding. Feminist symbolism doesn't need a billionaire rocket. It needs access, education, and genuine risk-reward pathways. Until then, every VIP hop will remind us that inspiration without substance has the shelf life of a trending tweet. If you enjoyed this breakdown, smash that like button, subscribe for more unfiltered takes, and tell us in the comments, does celebrity space tourism excite you or exhaust you? And hey, if you're headed to orbit next, maybe pack humility alongside the designer jumpsuit. See you in the next video.